and then destroyed it. It worked out fine in the end, didn't it? I totally knew that destroying it would open the gate, and if it was already half broken anyway, the welcoming committee was great. I love having spells flung at me without warning. Not ideal, I'll admit, but our fire resistance and that dexterity really came in handy, and Sealing handled anyone that got too close to us without issue. The priests were unexpectedly tough. They wore these white gems all over their bodies that proved to be extremely hard to break. Absolutely dripping, if you know what I mean. You spend too much time with Inoko. In any case, I usually prefer a less deadly atmosphere for forging my weapons. Everything would have to happen very quickly once we got to the flame. I just have to trust my preparations were enough. At least it was pretty obvious where we needed to go. That altar towering above everything else. My poor feet. The last sprint up there was their death sentence. And then I saw the altar. What did you see? That's the thing. We saw nothing. Nothing. No great flame of Leviathan. Just a devastated altar. And an empty basin where the flame should have rested. We were so foolish. The clues were already there when we were approaching the temple. All the rubble, the poor state of the building. The flame was extinguished during the flood, long before we ever set foot in the Highlands. I should have known that an eternal flame was too good to be true. Not even the dragon's might is made to last forever in this world. It was all such a waste of time. You can imagine our shock at what we saw, Innkeeper. The realization slowly began to settle in. There would be no way of forging that weapon. Nothing to wield against the necromancer. Up there at the altar, everything was so quiet. The priests hadn't reached us yet. There was just the sound of the wind, and the crushing disappointment we were all feeling. And the whole temple started shaking suddenly. Seems like the impact of the flood wasn't the only thing we didn't notice. The place has a guardian. I never imagined I'd ever get the honor of seeing one again. Not after. Turns out the whole time we hadn't been walking on a stone path, but the body of a Guyver. Its snake body unwound around the temple while its wings lifted it in the air. It looked majestic. The sun reflected off its pure white scales that shimmered iridescent in the light. When its gigantic head was level with the altar, we could see an enormous gem embedded between its eyes. It shone in every colour imaginable. What I wouldn't have given to work with an opal of such fine quality. It's good to hear you guys had a mythical moment there, but I for one was worried about the overgrown snake with wings. The thing reared back and then bit off the altar tower. It would have been really cool if it hadn't also carried us up into the air. It was pretty clear what its goal was. Never been so thankful for taking a wizard along. Though that February descent spell could have come in handy a bit earlier than like 5 feet before hitting the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Chanting while falling at terminal velocity is kind of hard. I'm glad you weren't transformed into pancakes. We landed somewhere the Guiver must have been resting before. There was no snow, so we urged Bea to work her magic and create a tall tree enough for us to step through. That would take some time though. I also noticed a bunch of loose gems around the place we landed. Very similar to those worn by the priests, and definitely related to the Guiver or Guyver. Though the fact that they were just laying around in piles was curious. That was Guyver poop, wasn't it? Most likely. I wasn't complaining. I've never seen such durable opals. While Rhea was busy gathering those gems, the rest of us were keeping an eye out for the Guyver. We didn't have to wait long. I don't know what we would have done without Bea. Her vines covered us like a dome and deflected the blow. Just barely. I knew they wouldn't endure another attack, so I readied my blade. No matter how reluctant I was to attack another guardian. Due to the previous attack, we could see a bit of the outside through gaps in the dome. We only saw the white of the snowy landscape, but then suddenly, the bright yellow of one of the Guyver's eyes. Hesitation would have meant death. Just as it was about to pull back for another bite, Sailing struck it right in the eye. Just in time, we pulled her through the tree with us and escaped. We stopped by Bayer's and then headed over here. So that's that. Never had such a depressing walk back to the tavern. Oh, quit ye yapping. Ye were going on and on about this all the way over here too. That's easy for you to say. After all, you got all those gems. Great for your stupid competition. Some of us were a bit put off by the quest failing. Why don't you just come out and say what your problem is? My problem is that you're acting like everything's fine. Oh. Did it stop? Seems like it. Is everyone okay? More or less. Yeah. What about millions of others I need to? I'll go. Alright. Thanks, Ria. I'll take my leave. We told our story. There's no other reason for me to stick around. This might not be the case for you guys, but I have people I actually care about that I need to check on. Goodbye, Hex. Getting late. There's always a room for you upstairs if you get tired, Lynn. It's fine. I'll keep you company. Things must be really dire if you're offering that. What do they say? Desperate times call for desperate measures? Welcome back. Keep it. Okay, where are the others? Roy's outside with Una. She's trying to calm him down. We didn't want him to throw up in your tavern. Did he have a panic attack? I hope Tia isn't giving him too hard of a time about it. She isn't, right? No. Where is she then? Oh no. Gone. She's gone. She left? No. She's dead. You're right. She's way too stubborn to die. Well, she did. No. I'm sorry. That's awful. Yeah, you don't have to tell us that. Is anyone else? No. We got away just in time. That's good. What about Fable? Did you see them there? In the chasm, maybe? No, we didn't find them. Though, what? I found a bunch of broken arrows not too far from the portal. They were all engraved with pretty flowers. I think they were there, they just didn't come back. I hope they're okay. Maybe with a drink, they would have been okay. What do you mean? You didn't make them a drink, Inkeep? We had a bit of a fight. So you willfully endangered them? I had hoped it would stop them from going. Nothing could ever stop Fable from helping other people, you idiot. I realize that now. You should thank the dragons I care more about my friends' eardrums than I care about yelling at you. I already regret it well enough, don't you worry. Better. If anything happened to them, they ended up like Ilithia. I know, me too. We shouldn't have left without her. Her body wasn't exactly cooperative. We couldn't have taken it with us if we tried. Don't call her that. What? An it. Clay. He's right. Have some respect. I'm just saying. Well, stop saying it. Alright, you three. Calm down. No need to spill more blood. Please, tell us what happened. What does it matter? We abandoned her. That's what happened. We didn't do that. We sure abandoned the world. Our angel would be disappointed in us. It's not like we had much of a choice. You would say that, wouldn't you? What's that supposed to mean? You always run. Of course you wouldn't choose anything else. I ran because I have something to get back to, Clay. So did she. Okay, how about a drink for calming all those nerves? No. Time and place. I'll take one. Need to tell you what happened after all, even though I rather wouldn't. Got anything to make that easier? I'm running out of secrets though. Don't worry, there's no need for trading today. I don't have anything to wash away the regret, but maybe I can make you something to make the words flow easier. Shit! Alright, here. Thanks for this little taste of normalcy. So I really don't know what to ask. Did you stop him? No. Oh, he was faster than us somehow. Melly and Bayer drew us a map to the portal so we could get there quickly, but when we arrived, we found a note stapled to a tree. It read, "If you value your lives, go home." He knew you were coming. Apparently, Jade and Tia argued about what to do, but we didn't exactly have a lot of options. So we went after him, right into the Twilight Chasm. It was... calling it the realm of nightmares seems like an understatement in retrospect. Wouldn't have made it without Voy and Tia's light. And Tia's like, we ran into the necromancer on his way back. Didn't even catch him before he got to Earth. He looked unharmed. It's ridiculous how easy it must have been for him. In his hands, he held an axe shaped like a dragon's talon, pulsating with magical energy. It was smaller than I thought it would be. Magic weapons tend to be size adjustable. Oh, right. Maybe we would have stood a chance if we hadn't walked right into a cluster of nightmare creatures. I thought maybe they'd be a good distraction for him too, but the necromancer called on them for aid in the chasm's tongue. Voice said he promised them freedom and endless nightmares. And just like that, they sided with him, and we were up against a necromancer, a god's axe, and a horde of monsters. We thought we were well protected. The frost armor, it helped at first, kept the creature's claws at bay, but whenever the necromancer got close to one of us, he'd cast some sort of modified fire spell first thing. It melted our armor and most of our defenses. At least we were fast enough to avoid most of the attacks thrown at us. Guess I was right about the speed. Doesn't feel that good though, without Tia here to hear my I told you so. Fire must have been difficult for you, Dave. It was. I managed not to get caught in it, until we were pushed to the edge of the Twilight Chasm, back to the portal we had entered from. That's where he was heading back towards Gaia. The others had already been pushed out by the nightmare creatures, but I was still in his way. When his fire magic hit me in the chest and I stumbled backwards, falling onto the jagged ground. I froze. I wish I hadn't, but the fear took hold of me and I couldn't move. I laid there charred, bleeding, terrified, and he just looked at me. I thought, this is it, it's over. I'm going to abandon Melly after all. And then, after what felt like an eternity, he just walked away through the portal and left me there, alive. I scrambled after him, of course, after I regained my senses. I don't know why he spared me. Maybe he briefly remembered that he has a heart. Maybe. It doesn't matter, I guess. When I charged back into the fight, it looked even worse than it had moments ago. Every time a monster went down, he just brought them back up. We couldn't break through. Couldn't even get close to him until Clay cut down 4 of them at once, and Tia was quick enough to take advantage of the opening. Suddenly, she was face to face with the necromancer, fighting him one-on-one, right in the middle of the moon pools, under Cassiopeia's light. It's true, you know. You can see all 7 moons reflected in their clear waters at once. It would have looked beautiful if it hadn't been for all the blood. I tried to get to her and help, but I kept getting swarmed. Tia's blood is gold. Did you know that? No, and I wish I didn't now. Yeah, me too. I'll spare you all the details. She fell and he struck her again and again until she stayed down. And then he brought her back. Her body, that is. Our Tia wasn't in there anymore. She would never have fought Clay willingly. I was trying to get to him, but she just wasn't letting me through. And I couldn't hurt her. She's my best friend. We kept trying to fight. Kept trying to channel our anger into victory against him. But I couldn't stop thinking about who was going to end up with empty eyes next. When I heard Clay scream after Tia, I cut through his shoulder. I had to do something. I yelled out for all of us to run. Voy used his Hagum to push back some of the undead creatures, giving us a path to escape, and I tried to pull Clay away from Tia, away from his death. He's much stronger than me, though. So I called out to Jade for help. For the record, I think we're cowards for leaving, but Tia would have beaten my ass if I'd have let Clay die. It was the right decision. We decided to save each other. Tia would have been proud of you. I don't know about that, but at least we're alive. At least you're alive. Jade helped me pull Clay away from the fight and we ran. We ran and ran until Void collapsed. And when he got back up, we made our way to your tavern. And now we're here. I'm glad you all made it back. But I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Why did we have to? Why didn't Cassiopeia save us? Save her? The dragons are neutral. The dragons are Chora. The real is the madman who killed her. We have to go back. I don't think that's a good idea, bud. We have to. We have to retrieve her body. He can't have her. Now he can use her to navigate that stupid portal. And she would hate that. She would hate being turned into another monster he can use. If we can't get her back, we at least have to bring her here to give her a proper burial. Can't do that, Clay. We don't even know where they are right now. If we had stayed, we might, but we didn't. Thanks to you. But it is what it is, right? You say we can't go back, so we can't change anything. We screwed up. We played right into his hands. All this power and strength and magic, and we didn't change anything. Hold on. I'm sure you did your best. What's the point of doing that if it doesn't save anyone? I can't even feel her anymore. The bracelet, it's just empty. There's just an absence where tears should be. I feel like if we had just done something different, if I hadn't been so stubborn, I don't know if you could have changed anything. Why do you sound so sure of that? I think he, the necromancer, I think he heard everything. What you planned, I mean. How could that even be possible? After you left, the jack door near my window, I think it was a spy, and it heard everything. What? How does that even happen? How did you not notice that? I don't know. I'm sorry. All I'm saying is, it's not your fault the plan failed. He outsmarted us. All of us. So there's nothing we could have done? That can't be right. What's the point of all this then? If he knows everything, then we might as well give up. He has Ur's axe. He has an army of nightmare creatures and more. And she's gone. The only person who'd know what to do is gone. And we don't have a magic greatsword either. You've got to be kidding me. What? The magic flame was put out by the flood. So we've lost. It's over. Not yet. He hasn't won yet either. Even if it feels like he has, we're still here. We can still fight. We can still stand in his way. Hope will only abandon us if we let it. You're right. Us giving up, that's not what she would have wanted. What she would have wanted was to live, to get a chance to be more than some pointless martyr. I want her back. Clay, no. I don't want to hear anything else from you. You didn't even notice a spying bird in your tavern. Or maybe you did. Who knows? You're dishonest with us all the time. Do you even really care about any of this? Of course I care. I care more than you could ever imagine. I wish I could bring her back too, Clay. Well, can you? No. What help are you then? Screw this. I'm done hearing excuses. And I'm done pretending we'll make it through this. Clay, please stay. Can I have one of those drinks now? Don't want to go after him. If I was him, I'd kill any of us. So, no. What kind of drink do you want? I don't know. Something fast, maybe? Didn't help with the fight, but might help my stomach. It's worth a shot, I guess. Holy moly. Oh, hey! That's perfect. Not almost. Oh. Ooh. Okay, undo. Can I get rid of that and then get rid of these? I need to redo this. Come on, bud. Is that not even right? What am I missing? I'm not missing anything. I'm being a dummy. Fast and quick. Just how I like it. What kind of drinks did she like? Defense all the way. Adds up. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look good, alright.